ultimates yesterday, but can they go through the boys in purple? Deleted on one side, Complexity on the other. This one from the upper bracket, both stay alive. We'll see where they go. Let's play some rock.
Only 2 more matches to close out the day today. We've got Deleted taking on Complexity here. Game 1 brought to you by Progressive is going live, Hercules, and this one's going to be a banger.
This is definitely going to be a banger. It's another team that we have been missing here in North America. Complexity, the likes of them, they have been over in another region, and they found their ways onto where they like to declare home. But this time, it is against some very, I would say, notable NA players. We've got Andy, Gyro, and Wavy coming together to form Deleted Gaming, and they've had a pretty interesting run to get here so far.
Yeah, but they got to face a red-hot Complexity team who already showing their pressure here off the start. Good shot there from Razebull to give Diaz the lane, and he banks it to get Complexity on the board.
All right, Complexity just want to get straight into it. I'll get straight into it. This is one of the faster teams that we've seen here in NA, but not only fast, they are extremely consistent. They play to a pace of play, and they like it the entire way through. And if somebody feels awkward on it, they do not care, and they've pretty much already established where they'd like to be at here. I mean, CRR going around 1. There was a bump off the backboard. It's a free shot for CRR. Complexity already finding their second goal.
I like this though from Diaz. He just ends up getting that bump on Andy, sets up a lane. CRR, great flick. And I've wanted to see more from CRR compared to what we saw yesterday. It's good to see him really in front here on the offense to get things going here for Complexity. Already 2 goals. Not a lot of people have been fans of this Deleted Gaming squad, but you can tell in terms of this matchup, the desk, they saw something in them, and they're going to have to prove it against the Complexity. I mean, they aren't showing any signs of slowing down here. They have been kind of dictating the pace in the first minute.
Oh, for sure. Right now, I mean, although Complexity is up, you cannot count out Deleted Gaming. I like you said, a lot of people were counting them out throughout not only the Swiss, but even just the group stage. People kind of were, you know, maybe saying that they had a Mickey run a little bit and it was a little easier for them than most, but I think every win should count. It gives you insight as to what they can bring here in the top 8. And right now, game number 1 definitely is a little bit more of a learning experience. Of course, this is one of the newer formed rosters, and people are very curious what they're capable of. I, for one, although I know most people's eyes go, oh, okay, you know what? Stop talking about Deleted. We can go back to Complexity.
Let's talk about Christian here. Look at the cut up here. Gets Andy, wins the 50 right off the post, and look at the ball. Able to get the light touch to knock it in. CRR, just the tip of the spear, leading the charge on that last play, and able to set something up that's beautiful here for Complexity. 3-0 the scoreline. He gets the ball right back on the kickoff, and he's looking for more. Can he get the ball for Wavy? Oh my goodness! Someone stop CRR!
Show him how it's done. The pass to himself, the reset over Gyro into the bump play. I mean, it does not get any cleaner than that. Complexity might have looked a little slower yesterday, but today they are full steam ahead. They want to claim top 6 as quickly as possible, and they're on their way to it. Diaz up next to the backboard. A little bit better coverage this time from Andy. He's going to try and keep going, but CRR, nice little touch there to slow things down.
I love the performance that we see from Complexity. So far, every goal has been assisted from everyone, and everyone has also been on the board. Complexity is just straight domination, and it's really going to be on Deleted to be able to change that already narrative. I think a lot of people kind of went with that safe bet here to go with Complexity, and they are showing exactly why. The way that they've been able to bring the ball upfield and play for each other while just still maintaining high speed and aggression has been nothing but beautiful. As we saw a shot there from Andy, not necessarily worked out, and again, Complexity able to kind of clear things downfield and start offense once again.
I mean, one of the things I always will commend Complexity on is how quickly they are to following each other up, whether it's on offense or defense. But the fact that defensively they tend to be kind of shadowing each other a lot really is what makes it so difficult to get past them. And right now, there's going to be another attempt here. Wavy finds its way through. Finally, Deleted Gaming have their foot in the series.
Yep, Gyro runs a little bit of interference to get Razebull to kind of turn off, so Wavy has a lot of space there. And then again, he's able to bring the ball up so well. Razebull in a tough spot to get a strong clearance. Wavy takes advantage of it. Now you see Deleted on the board here, but can they continue to kind of negate this tall score line here and fight their way back? That's going to be the biggest question.
I mean, there's only one way to find out if they can do it. It's just to really just show signs of progress in the game. And right now, it's been a little bit more stagnant. Another shot coming through off the post, but off the back of CRR's car, still manages to make sure it goes through. And Deleted Gaming, I mean, you think they would have set themselves up in a favorable position, but Andy committed to something that Gyro had already gone for, and at that point, placement was just completely in favor of Cole.
I mean, Complexity just have so much space there, too, to, like, let that pass come through. There was no question that the pass was happening, but there's no one there to cut it out. So, of course, you know, you get that for free, and Complexity are going to take it, even with CR with no boost, able to make it such an impactful play. He's shooting 3 for 5 right now, as Diaz will bring the ball up for this one. And again, you can just see how well they're playing. Anytime Deleted get a touch, Complexity able to get that follow-up, and then, of course, they even turn it into a dangerous challenge on net. Deleted, not in the best position right now. Complexity, it just feels like they have the recipe to success.
They really do, and again, a lot of that falls back on Complexity have a game plan, and they follow it every single time. They don't stray away from it, and that's what keeps them so much in the game for so long, and it's very difficult to slow them down. There's been so many moments where Deleted, there's times where there's a question mark on what are you doing. There's been moments where I've seen Wavy like way super upfield and he's leaving his teammates back while Complexity's already running down their way on the attack. You just have to have Deleted slow down just a little bit more, keep your eyes wider, keep your zones wider, and maybe you might be able to intercept some of the passes that Complexity are throwing your way.
4 seconds left in this one, but it's such a strong lead. It would be pretty sensible to kind of call this one in favor of Complexity at the moment, unless Deleted shows a massive comeback. They have not shown this game at all. Andy trying to get it started, and Andy he'll pick up the first one there as just a nice individual catch here. Great first touch into the follow.
I gotta commend Wavy on that one too. That was just a great setup overall, and it could have gone bad very quickly with how much speed there was on the pinch there, but 28 seconds, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's impossible if they were able to find something off the kickoff, but right now, that's where the question is, can they find something? 22 seconds on the clock. Complexity has all the favor in the world right now to take this game number 1, as this one is down in their half. Gyro's gonna get this ball taken away from him, and CRR waste all the time that Deleted won.
Final 10 seconds for this game, as Deleted have had a lot of time to talk things over. We'll see how things shape up, but man, talk about dominant. CRR and Complexity running full steam ahead to take the win here in game 1. A lot of people had eyes on this squad, and I mean, they come out the gate swinging against the league.
Oh yeah, they are, again, it's a sleeper team almost. I think most people expect that when somebody is playing a little bit slower than most, that you can just take that ball away and have your way with things, but for Complexity, again, patience is just a virtue, and it works out almost every time. I mean, you can see it there in the replays. There's been so many moments where Complexity just have their moments with it. I loved the bump play from CRR. I think that was probably going to be one of my more favorite goals here in the series, unless they pull out something even crazier, because, again, this is CRR, Razebull, and Diaz, very grossly mechanical, but yeah, so are Deleted. And Wavy, in particular, is that player I want so desperately to wake up and show everybody what he is capable of.
You want Wavy, I want Gyro. I think, you know, looking at, but all of them have that ability to not only just take the ball into their own hands and make something special. It's just when I go back and look at their success, right? A lot of people were looking at them last week when they ended up taking down NRG in the first round of Swiss in the qualifiers. They looked like they had a game plan ready, and Gyro played absolutely out of his mind. A little bit quiet in game 1. If they can get him going in game 2, things could potentially turn around. Let's see what Deleted Gaming are cooking up here. It's Complexity red hot. We are in game number 2, though. It's anybody's series.
And potentially could belong to Deleted off the kickoff here. Run it back. What it?
Went for the bot pitch kickoff on Complexity. Ball goes straight to Wavy off of it, and I mean, he's got an open net to look at there.
Well, you know what? That's the sign of life I've been waiting for from this team, especially to have an early game lead is so important because it is a little bit, you know, more lax than most, but the pressure's already coming through. The center sent off back out mid. Diaz is going to catch it in the air and slow things down. Not a lot of boost to work with. He just tries to reset forward. Does win his initial 50, but Gyro sends them running back home. Andy, that was a great challenge. He almost found his way on through. Those do need to find their way in because you're not going to get many more of those chances.
Yeah, you got to think on the Deleted side, they do have to be very privy of the counterattack. Complexity ready to strike at a moment's notice. But they kind of collect the ball here in midfield and just watch again how Diaz plays. He knows Andy's there on the sidewall, so plays it up straight to CRR, and then they're able to just kind of pass together to kind of get that ball out in the open space.
About a minute of gameplay has gone by. Deleted found their way on in. They haven't been able to find another one, although they've had a couple opportunities here. We're gonna go again. Wavy 2 touches around the corner, and Gyro's just lurking to make sure this still stays in their favor. But again, that Complexity patience, it's been enough to at least hold them back from taking a couple more shots. This one's just gonna roll straight past an open net, and Complexity are gonna breathe a sigh of relief for now. They try and break out of their half.
The field positioning from Complexity, lots of room, but not too many shots. Actually, no shots from them compared to game one. They've already had a few goals by now. It's just been Deleted, just kind of taking control of that space in the midfield. And ever since they got their first goal, they've looked a lot more comfortable around the field.
For sure, there's a whole new level of confidence that came with getting that early game lead, because it's a little easier in this case to be able to just hold on to that and play some really solid defense, and that's pretty much what Deleted have done now. They're forcing Complexity back. They boxed them in for a good chunk of this game number 2, but now that they're finally out, even then, Deleted defensively have looked so much stronger. They're setting themselves up a lot
panic.
than they were in the past, but I was just about to say the panic. You saw Gyro on the back end. I thought he was going to set himself up well for it, but instead, I believe he committed, and it's just open.
Yep, he committed to that one. I think him and Andy both double commit on the play. He's got to have a little bit of trust there, especially Gyro's position. He's low boost. He's rotating in. Can't go for that. You end up seeing what happens. It's just an open net for CRR. They've got to make Complexity work a little bit harder for some of these goal-scoring opportunities. But so far, tied-up game here, Forbidden Temple, and plenty of Rocket League to go.
A lot of time left. Anything can happen, especially when you're back on even playing ground. With only half that game left to go, the 50 wanted the dunk, but CRR, it was just straight into the nose of his car, and Complexity get their transition on out. As Andy sends this one upfield, nobody's back. Had that been on target, those are the moments I was talking about, that you can find a gap in Complexity, but it's about taking advantage. It has to be on target. Even if it's on accident, you just want to make the attempt.
Yeah, the communication on the Complexity side has been very good. Even with that last potential offensive play by Deleted, they were able to kind of communicate, read where the pass was coming from, and they were able to cut it out without overcommitting too much. So no real issues comms-wise from the Complexity. They've been working very strong together, especially against CRR. He's shooting 100% this game and has a couple of saves to boot. Only saves there have been on his side. I mean, you can honestly not tell because everybody has been doing their part to just kind of make it tough for Deleted to get back in scoring positions.
Oh, for sure. Right now, it's just a good, even effort all the way around. 90 seconds left here in game number 2. Still a tight game. Razebull's going to try and change that one as Gyro clears out from the mid, and this mid line really was the difference maker before. This time, Deleted own it for the most part. Gyro's going to send himself up. This one off to the side wall. And just over a minute to go. Complexity continue to stay boxed in their own half.
Yeah, having a tough time getting out. You can see a little bit of that physicality coming through. That's a good shot, but blocked away by CRR. That'll be his 3rd save of the game. As we hit that final minute, Deleted. Lots of offensive pressure here. Not privy to overcommitting. You see Andy so far back, but he's not going to be able to hold on to the ball because CRR goes for a bump. Complexity full boost it, though, and they're going to need it as Gyro plays this one off the ceiling. Did he get a flip? He didn't use it. He did, and now it'll be sent back downfield. Chance for a counterattack. Complexity have everything they need. There's a shot from Rage Bull, but Gyro there to get denied before he makes contact.
I really thought they were going to find their way on in, but right now, Complexity, even at the moment, are trying to have some slight aggression to their playstyle. It's not scaring Deleted off by any means. They are still fending every shot that is coming their way, and here comes another one. Wavy already up on it, and Gyro just very far back in that third to collect and lob upfield, and 10 seconds left on the clock right now. Somebody could steal it away, and Andy wants to try. Diaz was up, he got past him. This one's not in, the follow's coming through. No dunk from Wavy, and it's still in play. Diaz over the midline, trying to take this one downfield, but it's killed overtime in game 2.
And you can see Complexity looking for that counter, almost able to kind of find the back of the net with that one, but now Deleted. Good kickoff play to get that ball to Wavy. Wavy tried to get it, but Diaz tried to knock it away right before that demo. Ball pitched out to the side. Here's Diaz still with a solo. Razebull gets demoed as that ball will follow down. Razebull was the one to be able to follow up that play. But with that demo, he's denied, and it's much safer to go for the ball if you're last man back on Deleted. So back and forth for these teams trading offensive attacks as OT is starting off speedy.
This is just, I mean, it's very much a tug-of-war situation, but a shot off the post keeps Deleted in it. Now this one's in. Diaz finds his way past Gyro. He saw this one go off the sidewall. The initial shot not on in. And of course, this is what I was talking about. Complexity's follow-ups are just consistent to a level that most people are not on. And it works out in their favor again, and they continue to go up in the series.
Complexity up 2-0, but such a good play there in overtime there, especially when you have that initial fake to the shot. It threw off the defense and made them hesitate enough to where there was a bit of miscommunication. Wavy tried to race back to the ball in time, but he couldn't get there to stop the follow-up shot, and then Gyro got stuck there towards the end. And we do have confirmation of a timeout here for Deleted. Here's a take a look at that play again. You see Wavy trying to half-foot back, and Gyro just barely not able to make contact on that one. Deleted let that one slip away. It was a close game, but now we see a timeout from them as World is going to try to talk it over with the team.
I mean, I look at both of these teams and their journeys of how they got here, Daz, and there's two very different levels of confidence that they should be coming in with, and I think that they did, but I think Deleted still does need to remember that this is in their back pocket, and hopefully they're being reminded of this now, right? But to my knowledge, I believe they were I think it was NRG that they were one of the first teams to have taken them down. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, they took down NRG last Sunday in 5.
That was the win where I finally was like, all right, I think Deleted have a foot in this first split. And then on the flip side, Complexity was doing that, but with ultimates, right? That's FK, LJ, and Chronic. So 2 levels of crazy teams that they are both very capable of beating. I think Deleted might have had a little bit of an easier run to get here today, but it doesn't mean that they're any less capable. And right now, I don't know, it's so shaky. And I really don't know what to help. I mean, that's Roll Diz's job. That's not my job. So
that's very valid.
That's all him.
But I think, you have a point where, this team, lots of potential to do something that a lot of people would not expect them to do. And when you're at this stage of the game, going up against a team like Complexity, definitely probably more of a different play style than some of the competition you faced going into this event. And even some of the things that you're trying to work on have not necessarily come to fruition. And now you've got to really band together here. No more timeouts for you guys. You lose this match, the series goes to match point. Deleted needs something now. Game 3 on DFH Stadium. Here we go.
This is so crucial for Deleted Gaming to win. They're going to try and start this off the way they did in the last. Gyro reset over 1, tries to make the shot, although this time it ends in a save. In Deleted Gaming, gotta try again.
Yeah, but definitely a great start. They are able to show a little bit of success for some of these kickoff plays. But like you said, haven't been able to fully execute. Execution, the name of the game. And also watching out for these counterattacks from Complexity is going to be huge because they have executed so well on that front.
Again, I will say it time and time over, but people do not really realize how consistent this Complexity roster is. They may not be the flashiest or the craziest in terms of passing plays, but what they make up for is in their solo capabilities. This one off the backboard. Raise ball follow-up. That's a crazy save there from Andy, but they are still pushing forward. And Andy the one to truly bail Deleted Gaming out of that situation, but the pressure's not off quite yet. Complexity still pushing forward.
Oh, another shot. CRR, top corner. And you can't give him a look like that. Raise Bull lets the ball float away. He knows CR's right behind him. And he says, take your best shot. Christian scores, Complexity up by 1.
I really wanted to hand it to Deleted, and I actually still will. Defensively, they kept up with a lot there in that moment. Eventually, resources ran dry, pressure was really extensive, and they just crumbled for a small moment. But there is plenty of time to get back into this one, as Andy's the one trying to keep Deleted in this play. Although they immediately get sent back, and everybody has to retreat back to the defensive end. It's Andy and Gyro working together to break on into that Complexity half.
But you are not getting past the Bull. Another cutout by Raise Bull. I'm so excited that Raise Bull is playing in it because I get to see much more of him. And it's just great to be able to see how he stacked up towards the competition. Had proved really solid yesterday, is carrying that over to today. He just has such a great read of the field and a lot of trust in his teammates too. Raise Bull, of course, getting a good cutout here, but Complexity still in front. Is even with that last attack from Deleted, they show no signs of losing control.
Nope, right now it's still a little back and forth in the mid. A little too easy to break into both halves. Nobody's really truly held on to this ball like they have in the past, and Raise Bull completely sends that one forward so fast that it even got a touch on the backboard. Diaz taking his time, reset over 1. Gyro up for the challenge, makes this save, and 2:44 on the clock. He's demoed off the play, but Andy still keeps Deleted going 1 foot at a time into that Complexity half. But at the end of the day, Complexity is still in the lead by 1.
A little fake challenge. Raise Bull's got to cut this in front of Andy. Chance though, and Wavy will take advantage. Deleted halfway through this game. Get back on the scoring front.
I mean, Raise Bull did everything he could in that situation where he was already positioned, right? He was forward enough that he knew he had to take the initial, but not back enough that he could have played the patient game. And at that point, Deleted, they saw the opportunity and Wavy took it. And now second half of the game comes through. Gyro's already up on the cheat. He doesn't get a touch on it. Instead, Wavy, which had to go next on, and Andy around the side. Gyro's already up. He's gonna try and go for the double. At least was able to get it down, but there's that patience I was talking about. Raise Bull played the right time here, and CRR takes his 50.
Good read on Andy though on the 50. He recognized CRR had no boost and took advantage of it. That one's gonna pinch all the way downfield, and Deleted will have to kind of stop. Complexity on the push. Good pass out in the open space, but Gyro can't take a really good touch on it. So now you're starting to see Deleted muster up some offense. Can Andy get this double? Gets it to Wavy, and Wavy scores! Deleted pass again as Andy finds Wavy.
This is the Deleted Gaming that I had heard so much about. The quickness, the pass and plays, but more so the level of communication to be able to make all of that come together so quickly. And finally, they're able to execute what they've been trying to do for so long now, and CRR's denied his challenge off this. And Wavy takes it back. Half a take to work with is a lot for this guy. Reset forward and nothing to come through, but still a threat.
If he has a little bit more boost, he can make a little bit more out of that play, but either way, it's great work here. And look at the mechanics from Deleted. It's breaking down Complexity's defense. Another goal, this time from Gyro.
I love this too, because Andy's doing all this crazy footwork in the top right, and both defenders are sitting on the ground just eyes wide open like, oh my gosh, we don't know where this is going to be coming from. Nobody's anticipating a super quick drop down and a follow when your eyes are pointed up. And it's just a great moment all the way around. They're going to try again. No boost, but off the backboard. Follow from Gyro on target. Unfortunately, it's crossbar down and out, but a 2-goal lead is very comfortable to have.
but you're seeing the adjustment on offense out of Deleted, right? Okay, just kind of playing that individual play to bring up the ball is not necessarily working. Let's try to make more of our offense kind of work off the ceiling, and everybody's stepping up mechanically here. They're trying to turn up the pace here with 50 seconds left. Continue to keep things up on that offensive foot, and now it's going to be up to Complexity to try to adjust to it.
Only 41 seconds left to go, trailing by 2, and it's not a good place to be if you're in your own half for once. Complexity haven't been able to get out, unfortunately for them. Not even that many shots either right now. It feels like not a lot, although there have been, I believe, 7 registered. It just doesn't feel threatening at all. Only 1 goal to their name. 20 seconds on the clock as Gyro pushed forward, and here comes Andy up next. Another attempt to continue to lead, and he does. He carries this one all the way down into the corner.
Andy is loving the ceiling right now. He's gotten 3 assists off of it, or no, 2 assists off of it, I'm sorry. And then he's able to score that. He just has all the time in the world to work and plays it right under the defense. Deleted, what a bounce back here as they look to continue to increase the scoreline. Complexity have not found an answer, and with the time left on the clock, they are going to have to wait until the next game. Razebull will try to bring one more through. There's the pass, denied by Wavy. Deleted Gaming, what a response in Game 3.
That was just a great sign of progress. This is what Deleted Gaming expected of themselves, to create the space to be able to do those very, very quick, tight pass-in plays and find each other. And even Andy, right, having his solo play moment, it's just a huge threat all the way around as they lead into that next game, number 4. And Complexity just kind of sitting there scratching their heads like, well, what we did, I mean, it was one of those if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of situations. The problem is Deleted found a way to break what worked. And now Complexity are going to have to approach this at a new angle because you've got Deleted coming from the sky.
I mean, you're absolutely right. You see that right there. Andy pulls out 2. Defense all jumps. And Complexity kind of caught out, and that was kind of the name of the game for the most part. Deleted hadn't pulled that out all series long. You see them more comfortable, and honestly, with the smiles at the end of the game, you see them more confident as well. This is what they should have opened the series up with, but now they've kind of had the battle back now, no timeouts left. Complexity clearly talking this one over. Will they have time to be able to make level adjustments in time, and can Deleted continue on this path? Because it's really good coming off the timeout, but you got to be consistent with this level of play.
Exactly. Right now, that's my biggest question mark for Deleted is, can they keep up what they were doing? Because I do expect Complexity to take what they learned in that last game and really kind of switch up something for the most part, right? I think, again, noting that Deleted started to do a lot more airplay. The fake kickoff, Wavy was a little slow on it. I wish he just full sent, but Deleted Gaming coming up with tricks up their sleeve.
Yep, Complexity, good adjustments though. They had a lapse there, like you said, from Wavy's hesitation, and then they were able to kind of get back here on defense. Speaking of Wavy, he's on top of this ball, just buying a lot of time. Pass to Andy, and Complexity able to cut it out in time. But already both teams a little bit methodical off the kickoff. Let's see how things work here as Game 4 continues.
Right now, Complexity, they just want to get back into that rhythm that they had before, breaking in and staying in. Fortunately for them, Deleted has done a much better job of boxing them in their own half. CRR, even on low boost, him and Razebull tried to use the cheat up to their favor, but CRR off the ceiling to himself, reset forward, demo out, and still nothing to show for it.
Oh, Gyro couldn't get a piece of that, so Razebull will be able to bring it across. No one there, though, on the side of Complexity. So they'll play it off the corner, and Diaz with the slot.
I love this. You're finally finding each other. Again, the speed to be able to do any of this, but leaving it for CRR, or excuse me, leaving it for Diaz is just peak Complexity.
I love that from you. I love this.
I was like, my streamer's coming out. Sorry.
Great first goal, though, to start things off on the side of Complexity and Deleted. Looking to see, can they break back and get that offense going, or can Complexity kind of build some momentum? Gyro already starting things off here, but it goes to the back wall, and CRR has that easily. looking for a chance to get a play towards Wavy. Wavy with the shot, gets around it, has a flip, and Gyro able to pinch it in. Deleted gaming back on the board.
Bro, he could not have added any more mechanics into this tiny little play. I mean, he looked like he was having a one's little freestyle competition with himself in the corner there, and Gyro just said, absolutely not, bro. Just put it in the net. And just
it's great awareness from Wavy. He understands he has a flip there. He knows that he has a little bit of time, wraps around the ball perfectly, and Gyro's there to assist. A solid team play, great extra effort from Deleted.
You definitely have to be able to stay not that close necessarily, but close enough to complete plays like that too if you are deleted. Because again, that's what Complexity does a lot of the time. They shadow each other, and that's what makes them so dangerous. Because if you're not prepared for that second follow-up, it really falls away from you quickly.
Yeah.
3 minutes on the clock right now. A demo out in the back end. CRR on his lone sub. I mean, Deleted have the resources to hold them back for now.
I mean, you talk about that second follow-up, but you see Deleted kind of acting a little proactive to it, right? Gyro had an initial good touch there on the follow. We're seeing demos on Diaz, who's sitting right on the ball. You know he's the second man up. And it's kind of showing Deleted saying, okay, we recognize this, we respect it, but we're not going to let you get it for free. Even look at this, Raiseful playing so close. That 50 went right to him, but he still had to hesitate and go for a fake because Deleted were all on top of the ball. They're not letting Complexity play their play style as freely as they probably would want to.
And that is exactly why Deleted are able to keep their feet in this game and just go one at a time to try and slow Complexity down. Because it's like I said, Complexity has a very interesting play style. It's kind of just a one-way, clean,
Oh, you get him?
Oh,
He got him.
he got him.
Wavy sails that one all the way downfield. He sees CRR, he's watching Diaz, who's so close to that one, and Wavy says, all right, I'm just gonna shoot that one straight at the net. Thank you very much. Deleted gaming in front.
That caught me so off guard. I said, oop, on stream. Okay, well, Andy's up next to try it again. Deleted found their 1-goal lead in this one. Last time they had a lead, they were able to hold on to it. 2 minutes on the clock here. Can Complexity find each other? No, Diaz tried to spot Raiseful. Instead, they're just gonna have to go back, play the safe game as Deleted is already in their half waiting for those challenges.
See Raiseful playing this one off the ceiling. CRR trying to be a menace to set up a lane, but Andy able to get in the air in time. And now Deleted looking for that strong counterattack chance. No, Andy not close enough, so Raiseful, he'll pick it up. The Bull trying to lead this one into an equalization opportunity, but it goes straight to Andy. Look at that clear. It just completely mitigates the offense and tells Complexity, okay, we got to start from our own back wall again, making it so hard for Complexity to really get that consistent offense.
Yeah.
Oh, but they don't need it. It's just Diaz who just pushes through, and we're tied just like that.
I was about to say, this feels a little close for Comfort right now. The slow Musty, I mean a controlled Musty even. Crazy challenge on off. Minute 15 on the clock, tied game. And this potentially could run away with things. If Complexity can steal this in the last few moments, they will claim a very dangerous match point.
Very careful if you delete it at this point, but you don't want to let your foot off the gas. Raiseful trying to go, take that one up high. Doesn't mean much here. Wavy looking for the cut. Andy will have space. Andy gonna send that towards net. Diaz with a strong dive, but there's Gyro. A 50 to keep this one in for Deleted. Not a lot of boost on Raiseful, so Andy will try to take advantage. Andy and Wavy both in that corner. Is anyone on the other side? Doesn't matter because Diaz able to get that carry back into the midfield. Complexity, oh, big whiff for Raiseful, so Wavy will get there first. Diaz was ready for it, and Andy last back has to buy the team some time. A little bit of bumps. Gyro, no boost, but gets a good challenge there. And now Wavy will buy his team some time as he solos this one all the way downfield. Can he take it all the way through? No. Diaz with a deny.
He almost did it all. Defensively, Wavy had gotten away with it and even got to take a shot of his own. But 15 on the clock here. Diaz up next. Low boost for Complexity, but they're still going forward. Raiseful enough in the tank to try and do something, but Andy completely sends him off. 4 seconds. Can he make the double? No, he leaves it for Diaz, and it's in. Complexity take the lead at 2 seconds to go.
And this from CRR. Plays that one up high. He can't get the double, but he can get a bump on Wavy, who was looking to make the save there. CRR creates the hole, and Diaz pushes the ball right through. 2 seconds to go. Complexity looking to put this on match point, but a fake kickoff. Can Wavy get it up? He gets it in the air. Andy pops this one high. Gyro, it goes straight down onto the ground. It'll be killed from Complexity, and they will put the series on match point.
I gotta put my hands together because that last kickoff was actually nuts, and there was a world where that almost went in, but Complexity kept their composure all the way to the end. I mean, this was the Complexity that we saw in games 1 and 2. This was the one that really just had their way with Deleted's defense. I mean, you look at the replays for so long, it felt like Deleted really was in it again, and they really and truly were. They've caught them off guard like Wavy did here, but at the end of it all, Complexity, they were just better. They found the right moments to take their aggressive attacks, and it worked out every single time.
They've been really strong on the counterattacks. Complexity with just not necessarily the person on ball being super threatening, but as soon as that first man up is off ball, or even if they have somebody initially downfield, they're not afraid to go for the bump or demo at all. And a lot of the plays where they scored, Deleted's defense is at its weakest. You're seeing double commits panicking. You're seeing a bump play that just has the defense just barely enough room for a shot to come through. And that's all Complexity need here. And it's up to Deleted. Not, of course, they've looked much stronger on offense as the series has gone on, but it's the defense that still needs to step up when they get into these moments with Complexity. Complexity with a chance to close out the series here on Aquadome and continue on. And again, this is an upper round match, so even if Deleted lose, they're not out. But of course, they still want to have a win here. Let's see what happens in Game 5.
Well, off the rip, Complexity already managed to try and take a shot, and they took a goal along with it. The Bull, you know what? Just keep doing your thing down in Game 5.
You give the Bull a lane, top corner. You got to be ready for it. Bit of a backflip there on the defense of Deleted. Definitely could have made the save, but unfortunate backflip there. Take the kickoff here for Complexity as both Diaz and RazeBull get that corner boost. And now here comes Diaz. CRR waiting and RazeBull in the mid, but CRR might have just set up RazeBull. Chance here for a shot. The Bull gets it. That's 2 for 2 for RazeBull.
I mean, you know, props to you. Diaz and CRR had already set it up, and it was just an awkward touch that bounced out. RazeBull knew to throw himself upfield. He had enough in the tank, too, to confidently take that last attempt, and he found his way on in. And as quickly as this started, Complexity's already up by 2, and this is quickly falling away from Deleted. The pass over to Andy on target. CRR slow to make the save on out, but just enough power to keep Complexity in this, and Diaz with the return double won't find his way in.
And still, though, you saw that play initially off the kickoff, gave a solo play there to Delete it, and you saw him strong again the counterattack look. Even with CRR initially, he had that fake to set up Diaz for a double. Again, just trying to buy the team some time to where they can let their individual mechanics show. And I mean, this game could have definitely been 3-0 if Diaz hit that double on target. Now to be CRR with a chance to lead the play through, flip, reset, no one to bump. Andy kind of a little bit waiting so he could dodge that situation, but Deleted now a bit struggling after those first 2 goals. Feels like it kind of knocked the air out of him.
It really did. I mean, to concede that quickly, right, in such a pivotal match, excuse me, that's got to do something to the mental, and it's not really anything that can be fixed too quickly. It's more just a lock-in individual moment, but 2 players down to make the save. Still Complexity running away with this one. You saw the demo on the back end. Gyro just desperate to try and give his team anything. And even Andy had a bump on his way on out of rotation, but Deleted just cannot get a grip on this ball long enough for any of those efforts to give them any shots.
Deleted looking to get some scoring going, but defense from Complexity has been solid. Gyro pass, again, cut out quickly by Diaz. Look at the speed from RazeBull there, too. Gets there so quickly. Now Diaz looking to put a shot on. No one there for the follow-up. RazeBull has to go back and get some boost, so CRR trying to get possession away from Andy. Diaz as well getting involved, and even though Wavy puts a shot on, it's just completely covered from RazeBull. Chance again, RazeBull trying to help out Diaz, who was low boost, but they double commit on that play. But it doesn't mean much, though, for Deleted on the offense. Maybe a chance here for Andy. No, CRR, again, diving. Complexity been completely low boost, but Deleted have not been able to take advantage of it halfway through the game. They need to get something going here offensively, but it just hasn't been worth anything, to be honest.
Yeah, and you talk about it not being worth anything. The crazy part is Deleted is actually outshooting Complexity 7-5 right now. So to even have had that many attempts, there's like I'm telling you, like even the 8th one, right? It's a crossbar down and out, and you can't even get 2 shots because you're like, at this point, it doesn't feel like anything can go in.
Yep, and Diaz redirect right on target as well. As soon as Complexity do get that boost, they're able to quickly get something forward here on offense. And Deleted, the struggles continue. Looking at potentially being shut out in the last game of the series if Complexity keeps this up. Here's RazeBull, leading the charge, gets cut out. Maybe a chance here if Deleted can control the possession. Gyro looking for a bump. He won't get one CR, gets right around it, gets the clear, gets the boost, and then try to see if he can knock Andy out the way. They've been able to kind of stop the bleeding, but they haven't been able to patch up this deficit.
I mean, a minute, 20 seconds is not a lot to work with right now. Gyro would have needed to push that forward. Instead, it's RazeBull and CRR beating all the space in the world to make that double 2. Complexity, they own this game. We talked about it before it even started, guys, and I said there is a world where this is either some crazy 4-0 or the closest Game 7 you've ever seen. And unfortunately for Deleted, they had a moment of hope where you're like, all right, they figured out the Complexity playstyle and the strategy, and then it just completely fell away from them.
Yeah, I mean, we had talked about it even after that win. Can you be consistent and play at that level? It's going to be the biggest test for Deleted as the season continues on as well. We've seen their peaks, but we're also taking a look at their valleys. And Complexity has still looked as good as they have yesterday. They still look solid. I mean, they're in a position to where they could take this tournament. Who is going to be the team that could stop them? I say that, we still got 40 seconds left in this game. Can Deleted muster up something as the time ticks away?
We're gonna see right here, 30 seconds left on the clock, and they are still stuck in their own half right now as CRR just tries to pre-jump it and make a stop. It's RazeBull, though, with the patient game, saying absolutely not. I will take my time and have my way with this ball. Low boost, 1 pad to work with, and still keeps this for Cole. 13 seconds on the clock right now. It's just moments away that you can finally say it. Complexity, they've had their way with Deleted Gaming throughout the entire series. They've had their way with 2 of the teams that are still trying to compete for a grand final spot. But right now, Complexity move on to the semi-finals.
Diaz fits the team so well. And CRR and RazeBull still showing why they are some of the best players around. And a very strong and dominant win from Complexity this series as they look to be a force in North America. They can keep things up, but job done today.
Yeah, great job. I mean, celebrating together. I think it's also crazy. I think this might be one of the only teams that like lives together. So there's a whole other added element of just togetherness. So congratulations to them. And I mean, still hands up to Deleted. They had an incredible run to get here. They fought their hardest. They had some of the most insane, not necessarily upsets, but crazy wins this weekend. But unfortunately for them, that was the last time you'll see Deleted, and Complexity will be moving on to tomorrow.
And Deleted will still be in the bracket as well. Remember, upper round match, but they got some talking to do as the NA Open Qual 1 continues on. We are closing down to the end of the day. More RLCS after the break.